Bitcoin is moving at a record pace, and I think we're about to smash all-time highs. I'm talking 140K by the end of this month. The momentum right now is insane, and this is an absolute lockout rally where nobody's going to be able to get in. Quick announcement, I just made a brand new Discord server. If you guys want to join the community, ask me questions directly, or come along with me through this whole journey, make sure you hop in. I'll leave the link in the description, and thank you. For real-time updates on my trades, entries, and portfolio decisions, don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Make sure you like the video and subscribe, and let's get into the video. Welcome back to my channel, guys. This is actually my second upload of the day because I didn't do a traditional video today. I did a portfolio for the bottom of the bear market, so if you haven't seen that, please go check it out. But I do want to make a price update. I wasn't going to today, but we are going into the weekend, and I think we are going to break all-time highs. So let me quickly recap yesterday's video. We were looking really good. We broke through our first target, and momentum was looking extremely strong. It was building, and this is exactly what we want to see play out, moving from a daily cycle low and into a new cycle. We are moving super strong, and we have extreme momentum. At this rate, October is shaping up to be a massive month, and I don't want to get too ahead of myself. But if this continues, I think we could hit 140K by the end of the month and maybe even push to 160K by November. I know it's possible, but I really want to stay. I think the top is going to be 140, but I honestly do not doubt we could push 160 and maybe even 180 by November. Now, when we actually do get to that 140 level, before we do push up to 160, I am expecting some sort of pullback. And if that pullback is not us rolling over into a bear market, then most likely it's going to be a pullback running into 160 to 180K. But right now, the bulls are fully in control. If we zoom in and take a look at the MACD on the daily, it's absolutely ripping. The momentum is amazing. And this is only the third day of the bullish crossover, okay? In my mind, that confirms that October is going to blow minds. Now, I think I need to relax a little bit because I'm getting too excited, but it's hard not to get excited just looking at this. And if we come to the weekly and we look at the MACD, we're about to flip bullish here, and we're about to have a crossover. So I'm telling you guys, things are looking good, and I have a feeling that all these traders, all these people trying to find a position are not going to be able to find one, and it's going to be extremely difficult. But we don't have to worry about that because we're already in position. All we have to do is sit back and watch this unfold. So the next chart I want to show is the global liquidity offset by 105 days. Now, I want you to take this with a grain of salt because Bitcoin has not always been correlated with this, but it has been recently following it. Now, it is very behind. It has a lot of catching up to do. And if you look at this at face value, you'd say, whoa, this is going to 257K. But this chart could be moved and manipulated, so I wouldn't take it verbatim that we're gonna hit this, but I would just say that we are going to follow in this trajectory upwards to catch up to it, but I do not think we're going to get up to this level at all. But it's just another thing that's in our favor and shows that Bitcoin does have a big move to make. So since we're talking about correlation, I also wanted to bring up the S&P 500 and Bitcoin correlation because we've been looking at this for a while now, and Bitcoin was straying, but it did catch up again, and I think they're going to stay correlated for a while until we eventually do roll over, and I think the S&P is going to roll over with Bitcoin, if not more into the future, but either way, they're definitely both going into a bear market. So as for my trade, originally, my take profit was at this red line here back at all-time highs, but I moved it up in yesterday's video, and I'm going to keep it there for the time being because we did get a small rejection off of here, but that was expected. Momentum and the volume are both here, and I think we're going to keep pushing up, and we're going to break through this. So my plan hasn't changed. I'll be selling everything around 140K. That was my plan. Okay. Now I am open to the idea of moving higher up to 160 or 180 if momentum carries into next month. Either way, I think all my leverage positions are going to get closed once we get near or at 140. That's 100% for leverage. For the spot positions, I could take a step back and reevaluate where we are, because I do think it's possible that we have a weekly cycle low or daily cycle low, depending on what count you're following, around the end of November, which means say we're at 140 by the end of November and we make one last low before pushing up to 160 or 180, or maybe we're even hit 160 by the end of the month. Now, I want to stay realistic here. So as the base case, we'll say 140 is the top for us, and we'll keep it at that. As I said, it's interchangeable. So we'll keep that in the back of our minds, and we'll keep moving, and we'll keep waiting. Now, I quickly want to cover Ethereum because for our swing trade, this is about our swing trade, but also our spot Ethereum. I'm looking to offload all leverage positions around 5 to 5.5K, if not 6K. I mean, I'll be unloading my spot ETH at 6K 100% if we get there. I will be, if I think we cannot get there, which honestly, I think we can. It's just going to be quick. I think it's going to be quick. We're going to get there and then it's over. But we could even hit 7K. So I already sold half of this swing trade position around, I think it was around 4,800. And I have about 50% in there left. So I'm going to let that ride to at least 5 to 5.5K. And maybe 6, depending on what price Bitcoin is. But Ethereum has a little catching up to do, and I think it's going to start moving real soon. So that's a quick update on Ethereum. Now, as for the big picture and what's next, I think all we have to do is sit back. I don't care if I sell everything at 140 and it goes to 160 and that's the top and I miss out. I could not care less, because I want to lock in my gains. I'm okay with missing out a little bit. And after that, we're going to start planning on what to do for the bear market. Now, we have a bear market bottom portfolio, but what are we actually going to buy in the bear market going down? Because we're not going to sit in all cash, I'll tell you that. And I'll make a specific video about that next week. But that's pretty much it, guys. I mean, go check out the portfolio video I did today, and I think all-time highs are all around the corner. I think this weekend's going to be very exciting, and I honestly can keep talking and keep talking. I'm really excited, but I need more information. I need Bitcoin to do things before I could come to conclusions. So all we can do right now is just sit back, relax, enjoy the gains, reap the rewards of our patience and our hard work, and I will see you guys tomorrow or on Monday. Goodbye.